Well, it's been hammering it down all night, so it's way too wet to do any sort of bushwalk. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to hit the gym, do about 25 minutes of weights, and then I'm going to do a big, probably 45-minute walk, just for the whole fat loss gimmick. So I'll be doing upper body today, starting with a nice easy one to warm up on, the reverse flies or rear delt flies on the machine. So how do I know what weights I want to use? Well, I always bring my weights book with me every session to make sure I'm always progressing. So today on this one, it tells me that I need to do weight plate 11 for 12 reps, and I'm going to do 3 sets. There we go, so set 2 done, 1 more set to go. It's an easy one, so I only need small reps, probably 30 seconds will be alright. And yeah, just doing weights for 20 minutes, and then kind of hit the incline walk on the treadmill. I'd much rather be out walking outside, but it was raining all night. It's probably going to hammer it down any second. And you know, there's just going to be puddles and muck everywhere, so just going to do it inside today. And it does mean you get the benefit of being able to control the exact variables on the treadmill as well. So, you know, I'll make sure that I'm in that zone 2 the whole way today for 45 minutes. Whereas with the bushwalk, it kind of will go zone 1, zone 2, zone 3, sometimes even zone 4 on a high incline when you're walking up for a while. So yeah, let's get set 3 done. Well, and the next one, we stay on this machine, but I'll face forwards and just do the pec flies for the chest. Just change the weight and the reps for this. So you go 8 for 10. I like that one, behind the neck press. I just think that gives my shoulders an extra level of stability and strength. that I wouldn't get if I just did the in front overhead press. So if you haven't tried this, give it a go. I would start quite light until you've got that mobility in your shoulders. Cool, alright, so the weights part of the workout's done. Now I'm just finishing with the treadmill on a small incline and very slow, but I'll raise the incline enough so that I get to that zone 2 heart rate, which is what I want at this stage for this workout anyway. Obviously I'm fasted this morning. It's very early, still dark actually, even though I've been in the gym for a bit. But yeah, I'll be doing the fasted cardio and fasted workouts as well, a lot. But what I won't be doing, just for experimentation's sake, the first 3-month keto period that I did, where I was 0 carbs for 10 weeks, I was doing a lot of intermittent fasting and also a lot of fasts. Like I did about 5 24-hour fasts. I did a 36-hour fast, and I also did a 45, it was 40, from 44, 45 or 46-hour fast, maybe even 48 in that period. What I want to try this time, I'll be doing the same amount of time doing keto, so 3 months again, well 2.5 months 0 carb with a 2-week kind of carb refeed in the final 2 weeks before I probably do it again. We'll see what the results are. But yeah, this period, this phase of the keto for this 2.5 months, I'm going to try not doing any big fasts and also reducing the intermittent fasting. So I will be doing my workouts and cardio fasted, but then going home after that, soon after, I'll eat, and I'll eat more regularly throughout the day and up a bit closer to when I go to sleep. Basically, I'm just trying to find out if more frequent meals will be better for my metabolism compared to spacing out the meals a lot and having bigger, less frequent meals. So this time, yeah, I was planning on doing smaller, more frequent meals throughout the day. Pretty much everything else is staying the same, as in the macros, protein, fat, carbs, with the only difference being that obviously as time has progressed since I started, the calories have gradually got lower and lower. So at the moment I'm kind of aiming for like 2200 a day, which sounds quite low, and when I'm eating carbs, 2200 is very low for me. However, when doing keto, I found I'm a lot less hungry. And I mean that, I'm not just saying it because that's what everyone says, you know, that's what the online information says. I honestly don't hardly need to eat as much as when I'm having a normal diet with carbs in. The keto diet just allows you to just live off the small amount that you're living off for a while. Like, I'm not hungry, not like starving when I go to eat again. I'm just doing it to kind of keep the metabolism working. So I'm sure with keto, you can get lower and lower and lower with the calories without it being an issue of you know, too much hunger and stress and just general annoyance in your day. Whereas, you know, if I was doing very low calorie on carbs, it just, you know, I could do it. Everyone could do it. It just it's annoying, isn't it? When you're always hungry throughout the day and you can't concentrate. Whereas I don't feel that doing this keto gimmick, which is very good, very cool. I dig it. Keto is definitely something I'm going to be implementing throughout my life, you know, unless I find out otherwise, you know, like that there's some sort of major issue that I have not noticed. But yeah, it just seems like a good hack to diet without the extreme hunger that you might get otherwise. So yeah, when I get home, shower and everything, probably have some eggs, then go jump in a cold pool, sit in that for about 10 minutes, then come back, do all the rest, do my chores and everything like that, and then basically start working on that second half of the day, which is the warming, the more relaxation, the lowering of the cortisol, and the gradual steps to a good night's sleep. So that's kind of what it's like for me at the moment. It's just really working with that cortisol rhythm, the circadian rhythm, trying to work with it, not against it, and hoping that works with in synergy with all my fat loss efforts and all my strict disciplined dieting that I've been doing. I haven't had a treat. Well, I've had one treat. I had one little treat on the last day of my 3-month phase. So it was when I was eating a bit of carbs again for a couple of weeks. I had a piece of baklava, which is a Greek dessert, pastry dessert. It's delicious. Uses like honey, walnuts, phyllo pastry. Very tasty. So yeah, I had that with a coffee, and that was delicious. I really enjoyed it. But yeah, apart from that, I haven't had a treat in 3 months, and it'll be the same again for another 3 months, and then I'll reward myself at the end of this 3. And I'm thinking of all the delicious things it could be. I'm thinking of tiramisu, to be honest. There's this really, really good Serbian cafe, and she makes the best desserts I've ever had. So I'll be hitting her up for some tiramisu. Speaking of treats, I've also only had 1 beer in 3 months as well, which was also on that last day. I had a black beer. I was after a stout. I was on my way home. I'd just been in the sauna, and I actually beat my sauna record on that night. I did like 41 minutes, which for me is good, but I'm very slowly increasing that. I'm not trying to rush it. I've got all the time in the world, baby. So yeah, I was so thirsty, and I was driving back. It was nighttime. I was about to go to bed, and I thought, oh, this is like my only chance for the next 3 months to have a beer. So I treated myself, and I had a porter from this bar. I was after a stout. I was looking for like, a delicious milk stout, which are my favourite drinks in the world. But they had a porter, so I settled for that, and it was good. Very refreshing and delicious. So that will keep me going for another 3 months. What I'd love to do is to get to the stage where I'm so lean that I could just drink beer and eat whatever food I want, and it'll just burn before it even touches the sides. You know what I mean? Just that fire metabolism. Kind of what you have when you're a young lad. Like when I was up until I force-fed myself purposely, you know, to gain weight, to be a strong man, to be a pro wrestler. Up until that stage, I could eat whatever I wanted, and I would never gain any weight. Like literally, just eat like a slob, pizza and everything, and I wouldn't even think about gaining weight. It just wouldn't happen. I was a skinny lad. I was very, very lean, strong, but like, you know, wiry strong. But then when I was 23, I want to say 23 or 22, I gained like 20 kilos. I went from like 60, what was it, 72, about 67 to 92. So what's that, 18, 19? Just over 20 kilos in 9 months. I remember that because I was working my first job on the gym floor, and I was just eating and farting non-stop. It was healthy food. I was eating healthy food, like a lot of legumes, you know, nuts, seeds. Like I was just always had one of those M&S salads, like with the chicken, lentils, chickpeas, you know, stuff like that. Just constantly eating that, like every 2 hours. But then, to make matters worse, I would neck a mass gainer shake afterwards, and it was the filthiest mass gainer you've ever seen. It was called Mammoth 2500, and the whole gimmick was that it was 2,500 calories when you combine it with milk, and I was having like more than one of those a day, plus all the whey protein. Yeah, it was just gross. You can imagine how the gym smelt. So I apologise to all the gym members at the National Water Sports Centre during the time that I was there. Home Pierpont Country Park. Members, staff and management, I am sorry for my smelly ways. But you know, I had a dream. I found this wrestling academy that I was keen to be a pro wrestler, which is something that me and my bro, we've enjoyed all our lives since we were kids. So as soon as I found out that was an option, I was like, all right, I'm just gonna get big, be a wrestler, and I didn't care if I gained fat in the process. You know, I just wanted to look like a wrestler, and I'm not one of these bodybuilder sorts, you know, like Ultimate Warrior or anything like that. Or for me, it was like the real proper wrestlers, you know, like Eddie Guerrero, Kurt Angle, AJ Styles, just like that sort of look, where you look durable, like you can take a bump. So yeah, after that, unfortunately, I paid the price. It obviously altered my metabolism forever, and now the fat does come on easier and doesn't come off as easy. Also, I'm not as young as I was, as you can see. So you know, kind of paying the price now, but it's worth it. You know, I had a goal, I reached that goal. Not only did it help me do wrestling, but also strongman. It's allowed me to compete from every category, like under 75 kilos, under 90s, under 105s, open weight, in multiple counties in England, multiple cities and towns in Australia. There's actually only one category I haven't done yet, which I would be keen to do one day, which is just the under 80 kilo category. I'd be keen to give that a go if I can get down that low. But you know, I'm not in a rush to do that. But yeah, if it keeps going at the rate I'm going, I'm 92 kilos now. Definitely the first goal is to get to below 90. I haven't been below 90 kilos in a long time. The only time I've been under 90 kilos is like where I'm literally like 89.9 for like 1 minute while I'm weighing in for a competition. That's the only time I've been under 90 in the past decade, probably, I want to say. Maybe more. Well, yeah, definitely more really, because I haven't been under that since I was 23, and I started bulking, the perma bulk, the endless gains. So it's going to be good to get under 90, and that's not doing a water cut or water fast, you know, just pure weight loss, proper tissue loss, I should say. And then once I'm under 90, I can kind of, you know, I'm not going to stop. I'm going to keep going and just see where I can get to with fat loss. And then I'm sure wherever I land on that, whatever number I land on, I'm sure it'll be low enough that if I wanted to, I could do some sort of water fast and get to below 80, which sounds really weird for me to say, but it sounds very low. But yeah, that'll be exciting. So yeah, done 17 minutes on this treadmill so far. Probably do another, get to like 45 minutes. And then carry on. Anyway, I'm gonna let you go. I'm just gonna continue this walk in peace. And I'll keep you posted in my keto fat loss journey. If anyone's interested in doing keto, if anyone's still listening, you know, if you want to start it, feel free to message me. You know, I like to talk about it, and I'm doing it. It's not just something I've done like a few years ago for a few weeks. I'm currently doing it. I've been doing it for 3 months. I'm doing it for at least another 3 months. So like, it's in my brain right now, fresh, hot off the grill. So yeah, if you want any advice, or you just want to kind of someone to go through that journey with you, start now. Best time to start, and we can do it together. Anyway, goodbye.